What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Friday MLB episode of my DFS podcast. We have a big 11-game main slate tonight. It looks like there might be a little bit of rain in the Chicago White Sox game against the Rays, but it doesn't look like anything that could cancel the game. Everywhere else looks pretty good. We got some great spots tonight. I really like some infield value plays tonight, so I'm going to give you 3 infield and 1 outfield play in this video. I usually do 2 and 2, but I want you guys to get these plays. It should be a really good idea to play these guys and set up a really strong lineup. We have NBA tonight as well, 2-game slate. Paul George just got ruled out in that Pelicans and Clippers game due to health and safety protocols. I can't believe they're still doing that. That is a tough blow for the Clippers. But in terms of DFS, there's going to be a lot of value now for the Clips. And I'm probably putting a good amount of money on the Pelicans tonight. But let's get back to MLB here. So for pitcher, I like Carlos Rodon of the Giants. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even know he went to the Giants in the offseason. I thought he was still on the White Sox. This guy is an absolute stud, the highest priced pitcher on this slate, but for good reason. He's facing a former team that he saw a lot with the White Sox being in the same division with the Guardians. So it's going to be a lot of familiar faces for him tonight, and he should have no issue racking up some fantasy points. It has the lowest over-under on the slate at 7.5. He is a favorite at -150. Anytime you see a pitcher with a decent favorite like -150 on the road, that means he's expected to do pretty well. I like spending up on him tonight. There's a lot of value bats out there, so we're going to be able to spend up on pitcher. And pitcher is really key, especially early in this season, because the times where you have a pitcher go pretty deep for you and get you some points is going to be very valuable, because a lot of these pitchers are just not ready to pitch, more than 5 innings. A lot of these guys have been getting pulled around, 60 to 70 pitches. So it's something you got to keep an eye on. He had a great first game of the year against the Marlins. 5 innings, 12 strikeouts. That's insane. You only get 15 outs in 5 innings, and he got 12 strikeouts. This guy really racks up the Ks, and in DFS, strikeouts are very valuable. So I like Carlos Rodon a lot tonight. Getting into the infield here, the Dodgers, my favorite team to stack tonight. We saw them put up 9 runs last night against the Reds. They should be destined to put up a lot of runs at home again against this Reds pitching staff. You got Vladimir Gutierrez pitching for the Reds. He's not a great pitcher. He'll give up hits for sure. Freddie Freeman is far too cheap at $3,600. He's a guy that should be in the low 4,000s. A nice lefty-righty matchup. He's yet to hit a homer or drive a guy in yet this year. I expect that to change tonight. He should definitely get an RBI or 2 in this spot for the Dodgers tonight. And then for the same reasons, Max Muncy, another guy far too cheap. He was popular last night. Didn't end up doing too well, but at 3,100, you got to play him. Lefty-righty matchup. The Dodgers, one of the top teams to stack tonight. They have one of the highest team run projected totals, so Muncy at this price is a no-brainer. And then my third infield play here, just because these guys are just not properly priced. Josh Donaldson, the Yankees, behind the Dodgers, are basically my second favorite team to target tonight. They're on the road in Baltimore against Jordan Lyles. They're big favorites. The over-under is 9, so you definitely want to get exposed to some Yankees tonight. Donaldson has been leading off. He has a good chance of leading off again tonight. If he doesn't lead off, he'll probably bat second or third. He's going to be in the top half of this lineup, and at 3,100, like Muncy, just far too cheap of a price for a guy who's going to be in the heart of this Yankees lineup, and they should have a great chance at putting up runs tonight. Then my last play here in the outfield, Adolis Garcia. We saw him hit a ton of home runs last year for the Rangers. His average was a bit shaky, so that might make him more of a GPP play. He's got the righty-lefty matchup against Reed Detmers of the Angels, and this Angels and Rangers game is basically a pick'em, and it's got a 10 over/under. So this is another great game to target tonight. Both teams are throwing out some pretty bad pitchers. Garcia at 3,000. He's got a huge upside because he has so much power, but he's got a little bit of risk too because his contact isn't great. He doesn't hit for average too often, so maybe more of a tournament play, but he's definitely a guy with a ton of upside tonight, and I will be looking at him when building lineups later. That'll sum up today's video, guys. Like the video, make sure you're subscribed. I do appreciate you for tuning in. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. See ya.